pastoring a church, allowed him to pick another lady in his church. And as we are speaking right now, they are still here. The man of God who is his brother, he has not done anything because he was saying that no, this man, you need to continue, move on with their life because this man is a married man, is a family man. And I was talking to the parents, and the parents, they're still they were also like, they are preachers, and they didn't even disclose to me. So I became so negative towards things, the way I was looking at things, because I was saying that if this thing can happen to me, and I didn't like it.
That is
so when I went
experience.
to that experience, when I came back here, because the place where I went, I was joined to a family where things were so bad, and in that place, because I was trying to be like a house help, but there was a well in that compound, in that end place. That is why I got the one at the well. So when God was telling me that start the one at the well, I had this negative attitude. Look, I was looking at how. Because I was picturing the well in Nigeria that I saw.
And the experience.
I was also picturing that this man, he's in Kenya, even as we're speaking right now. And he has done things like, they're so bad to me that I wouldn't even want someone else to experience what I took me
So
to.
for a long time you had a negative attitude because of the experience?
Yes. So when I came back, because now I did not want to face people. I had a church of about like 30, 40 people. And when I came back, I switched off my phone for like 2 years. My number, you could not reach me. Then when I put it off, I was like, I had to explain to my parents, how did it go? I mean, I owed them an explanation. Did it work or what? So because of that, I developed a behavior of just being alone.
Just being alone.
And I developed negative attitude towards everything.
Of your experience.
Because of the experience.
So experience also contributes to a person being negative. Just like we talked, ladies say, I mean, all men are the same, which is not true, or all women are the same, which is not true, just because of one thing, one experience that I had with so and so. So it's not good to sum up everything like that, right? And what about family? Because I've heard of this story whereby the mother had four children. So one of them, all the time, the mother kept on telling this boy, you cannot make it, you're dumb, in school. Well, they were still schooling, there's nothing about you, So this boy grew up and he became a man, and this thing really affected him. He started also speaking the same words that his mother used to speak to him. He started speaking all these things. It's someone that I know. So I had all these things. So I said, what is happening? He's told me, even me personally, my mom used to tell me like that. So I asked him, why are you telling your son this? Because that is what he's grown up with it all the time. So as a family, I think it's always good to speak positive things to our children, positive things to our spouses, positive things to people that we love, Because the moment you start speaking about, negative things, it affects. So families also have contributed a lot to people being negative. Experience, families, prejudice, I mean, all those things. What do you have to say, James? Do you have anything that...
I think like many people in the family do not understand that there is power in your tongue. Whatever you speak,
that's right,
has got a lot of power. So the moment you start, I would call it lack of respect towards someone, because you do not appreciate them the way they are. So you start planting things in them while they are still young. And it happens every day in our day-to-day lives.
Yes.
You will pass somewhere, you will hear a woman say, where, jinga sana, where you can't make it. You're stupid like your father. You can never drive a car. The way I see you, you will never.
They conclude the rest.
They conclude. And now, they don't understand that they are planting
something
negative attitude
in you,
in this person. So when this person grows up, if we look at the book of if we look at the book of Ephesians 4:31, it says, let all bitterness, wrath, and anger, and clamor, and evil speaking be put away from you. Let all these things be put away from you. And not remember that when you were young, all these things were put in you. Yes, because when someone doesn't respect you, when someone doesn't see your value, just because I cannot get an A doesn't mean I cannot make it in life.
That's right.
Yes, and so they planted bitterness, number one,
In you.
in you. They planted anger, and they planted evil speaking. So these people with negative attitude, those people can give you just one word, and you feel like you can fall down. Because
But maybe it started back at home, you know.
yes, when they are small.
When they are small. So there are things that they used to hear, then it's like they're being trained. So when they
Yes.
grow up, you know, these people, when they speak only one word,
One.
you can kill yourself
Oh, yes.
because they are negative already.
Yeah, even the scripture somewhere in the book of John 1, when you look at verse 43 there down, it talks about how Jesus began ministry. He was calling the disciples to follow him. And in the business of making disciples, he encountered Peter and he encountered Nathaniel. Nathaniel, when Philip was trying to tell him about Jesus, he said, can anything good come out of Nazareth? Can anything
He was
good?
negative.
He was so negative. Because he was looking, you know, there are people right now that they live in some estates. Maybe someone is living in Runda,
Yeah.
another person is living in Lavington, the other person is living in Westlands, and he looks at a person and he says, can someone from the
Kibera.
ghetto, from slums, from Kibera or Mukulu kwa Jenga, can anything good come out of them? And then Jesus seeing and knowing, understanding, because when you look at Peter and Philip and Andrew, I think they were from Galilee. Maybe it was a good place, and you know, that is like Jesus from being a son of from Nazareth. They were like, this son of the carpenter. What can anything good come out of them? And Jesus proved them, because negative people, if you're not careful, they can kill your destiny.
They can kill your destiny. And that's where we are heading to. If someone is negative, how does it affect your life? How you being negative all the time, how does it affect your life? Because, you know, it affects us big time. You know, it can affect us physically, emotionally, spiritually.
Even health.
I mean, health-wise, it can affect us.
Yes.
Even, you know, if you're always negative, nothing good will ever happen to you.
Yeah, because like you see this blood pressure, most of the people that have this healthy problem, sometimes because they are never happy. They are never happy. They are always sad. There are things that they are piling in their head that affected them. Maybe they were told something. They were told like you know, when a woman tries like, you know, most women being the woman of the world, most women the things that affect them most is about marriage.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Because I don't see any.
A percentage of women is
Yeah.
relation. And you know, negative people, when you're negative, you don't maintain friendship.
You don't.
And you don't maintain relationship. Because there is something negative in you that you will keep on chasing, and you know, you cannot keep sometimes friends because you don't know how to work out relationship. So as a woman, most of the women sometimes, because they want to prove that they can be able to keep relationships, they want to, and there are these discussions that go all the time when women gather and when they meet, the gossips. Mushene.
Yeah,
As in, if you want to keep your husband, put that hair, human hair, like any other women, you will be seeing like your level, your grade of life, your standards have raised. There are those others that are told, if you want now to keep that man, go and cook this kind of food, and they have tried everything and nothing has worked.
Nothing has worked.
And because of that, they have planted negative things in their heads, thoughts that because it didn't work. So sometimes negative people have this, cannot be able to maintain their relationship, and they cannot be able to maintain friendship because they are trying to imagine, you know, there are these thoughts that they have bad things that, like where you are saying here, about how they were told that you cannot make even a good wife. And these are the things that eat women.
Yeah.
When they see, like now, the divorce, sometimes they ask, is it, you know, like some women, they ask, I'm very beautiful. What is this thing that has...
Can make someone to divorce me?
Yes. I have, you know, I have a good job. I'm a very hard-working woman. You know, there are those women that now even, because they want to please their men, they do everything with their effort so that they can be able to. But because of this, maybe this thought that they are fighting with, maybe someone told them that you will never amount, or you will never stick, and you will never stay in a marriage. Those things turn them and make them to become negative.
James, what can you say about that?
I must add and say that negative attitude is very bad, because for you who is affected, you mostly will never progress in anything.
Yeah.
You will be very unproductive in anything that you do, because you'll just be there, and there is nothing good that will ever come out of you. So I think like people should try so much and come back to their senses, because negativity kills the dreams that people have. You yourself, not even you will kill another person's dream, but basically you yourself, you'll be stagnant. It brings you to a point where you think you're moving and you're not moving, because you're just there waiting for people to comment and like on you, while everybody is doing their own things.
Yes.
You see.
Yeah.
So you are there like, these are the people who others call the monitoring spirits.
Monitoring, the negative people.
The surveillance cameras. They are just there looking.
Yeah, looking and watching.
Trying
and
to
it's
see.
not like they're wishing you good.
No.
They always want you to maybe
fail.
do something,
Yes,
to fail.
yes.
Yeah,
Like
because
them.
I
because
can say, like, you know, when you want to start a business, you know, you go and contact someone who has never tried it. That person will tell you, hey, so-and-so tried. In fact, they will give you examples of people who have tried and failed. People
Yes.
who have tried and failed. So if you listen to such people, you know, you cannot even make a step.
You can.
You cannot even be strong financially, because you talk to the wrong people.
To the wrong.
Someone who is negative-minded already, I mean, they
Yeah.
will never tell you something.
Yeah.
yeah, because a negative person has a dim view of the future.
Yes.
You know, they have a dim view of the future and the world around them. A dim around the world around them. They do not explore new skills, opportunities,
They can't.
Fixed mind.
and challenges, because they have already decided they will not
This is where I
be
am.
successful.
The Mesoea
They
are
are-
used to this.
They are used.
They are comfortable in
They
that
are
situation. They are not trying
yes.
to work, to do anything
And even if they try, they are afraid of acquiring the same
majority
results.
don't even try. They
Yes.
remain there.
Yes.
They say, better the devil you know than the angel you don't know. That's what they say. I better be here. I don't want to try. But you see, when you have such an attitude in life, there's no progress you can have in your life.
Yes.
Never,
Nothing at all.
never,
You know.
Even in the
Your
morning,
life will never be fulfilled.
when you greet them in the morning, they tell you, I've woke up and I'm used to it.
As if
They are
it's used to waking
their,
up.
their situation.
They don't take it like it's something
it's-
very
yeah,
beautiful or maybe.
They're used to it. And so it is, number one, it is a dream killer to yourself.
It's a dream killer.
Yes, for you.
Sure.
You yourself, you'll never move, because you always think like you need someone to take you to the next.
Yeah, another thing about negative people, they are never excited about their future.
Yeah,
How can they be excited and they don't have a future?
they
They're never.
have no visions.
They have no visions.
Because a negative-minded person is negative about everything. Even if an opportunity is to be put to them, and
They don't see it as
they
anything.
don't see it as an opportunity. They see
They
like,
don't.
this one, I just feel like I was told I'm a failure. I can't do this.
Yeah, and you know, negative people, they focus on their problem. They don't offer solutions.
They don't.
They never have.
They don't have solutions.
They don't.
They will always focus on their problem.
That's right. That's right. And now, how, because okay, out of this, even if someone is negative attitude, or maybe I have a negative attitude, how can we help such a person? How do you get rid of a negative attitude? Or how do you help a friend who has a negative attitude? You know, I know it's not easy approaching such a person, or maybe talking to them, because they'll feel like, you know, when someone is negative, like you said, monitoring spirit, most of the time they feel, when you approach them, when you talk to them, they feel maybe you're proud, you are boasting, you know. They will not always see like, this person wants to help me, you know. You post something on social media, genuinely, they say, no, you boasting, you put cameras behind. Why do you want to put someone to put camera? Do your thing, let the person do his own thing, you know. You keep on complaining, there are people who keep on complaining. A beautiful lady posts, and hey, people appreciate this lady, you know. You don't want to appreciate her, you feel jealous. I always say, personally, if you want to be, this is something that one pastor taught me. If you want to be beautiful, continue appreciating a fellow lady that you are beautiful all the time. You know, you'll also hear people, they'll tell you back. If you want to be appreciated, appreciate people. But if I don't want to be appreciated, you continue not to appreciate people, you know, and that's where the negative attitude comes. Because I'm always seeing things like, this person, what is he doing? What is she doing? You know, he's doing to show off. He's doing to do this, because I don't see the positive side of it. I say, I don't see, always learn to see the sunny side of everything that happens in your life, you know. And now, how do you figure out, how do you help a person with a negative attitude? How?
Number one, this person must change the way they look at situations.
But how are they going to change it? How?
You see, they first have to figure out exactly what needs to be changed in their lives. You know, change begins with you. And for you to come to a point whereby you want to be helped, or you want to get change in your life, then you must realize that you have an attitude. Most of them do not realize that they have the attitude first. So once they realize they have that attitude, then they will come up with the whatever needs first to be changed. Yes. Like we had most of them have experiences, and because of these experiences, they came up with the attitude in them. So they first have to understand that this attitude I'm having is because of this and this and this that I do. And then now they will now have an opportunity of changing the way they look at situations.
That's right. Let me add on that. You know, negative person, you have first to understand that there's a cause, there's a source. The reason why they conduct what they do their life. And most negative people, they dwell on their past. And the past is an important part of our life, but it does not have to determine everything in the future. Bad things happen to people.
That's right.
And those bad things that happen to people, they're the bad things now that you should start to consider, to figure out. Like you see, when a woman feels like you are outshining or outshining them, like if you, when it's like in beauty or in a certain field, in business or in ministry, it's because maybe they tried it and they did not achieve what they wanted in that area. So sometimes when they see someone succeeding, they feel like it's not like they want to, it's something just automatic. It's an automatic thing that it's irresistible. You feel like, hey, she's owning now, she has started, she's moving. She's now owning media, Winners TV. And you're like, you are still there. You have not even been able to buy a smartphone to appear online. So sometimes, because of not owning and not attaining those things and achieving those things, like when, mostly I like talking about women. When a woman sees somebody else's marriage is working, you figure out, you tried that thing, it didn't work in your side. So when you see Nyapengo, she's wedding Mr. So and so
Yes. She's
with a gown.
Yes.
You are like, God, even you don't want to see those pictures posted on
some of
social
them. Let me
media.
tell you, some of them here. In
Automatic, it will
Let me
crash
tell you,
you.
Christine,
Mhm.
here in social media, okay, this is something that I've encountered. I've met friends who have blocked me. Okay, all of a sudden